I came out to the junkyard that I originally showed you about 3 years ago, the abandoned junkyard. And for those of you who saw it back then, you see it looks a bit different these days. A lot less stuff here. But we're going to check out some things while we're here today, one of which is a Pontiac convertible, Ford F-150. Gonna look inside one of those 18-wheeler trailers, and we're gonna do that now. Now, a lot of you guys have seen me talk about this car over several years of coming out here. Inline 6, 4-door. Now, the thing is, this still has a good title and a VIN. He's got it on the premises. So, do with that information what you will. Let's go back over to this truck.
Nobody's been back here for a while. Well, something's living up there. Clutch pedal's all the way on the floor.
Oh, it's a manual, so it's probably a 6-cylinder.
It's a 3 on the tree.
Yeah. Well, went ahead and got rid of that for you. That was just extra weight. If this is that 300 cubic inch, then that's a heck of an inline 6.
Yeah.
In the words of my father, you got to be smarter than the latch.
I could feel the cable.
Yeah, that's how I was too. I couldn't tell if it.
The cable stops at that little box right there. Should be something over here. Secondary release or something. We can drag it out in the open.
It feels like it's right there, but it just feels like it's frozen up. I found a perfect candidate to put in my future project. Got to get an oil pan on it. Little small block Chevy. Poor guy. Some of you may remember the story behind this. This was one of those that back in the day you could buy the chassis and then you could put a body on it yourself. That's what this guy did. Guess what he did as a profession? He was a guy who got shot out of a cannon in the 20s and 30s. This is his old truck. And yes, it is a camper. Made by Stewart. At least the chassis is. But you can go up inside here. And see, those are bunks. Front and back. This one, there's another video that I have here on my channel. And you got to check it out because this is a fascinating truck. Also an American LaFrance fire truck back there. I'm going to redo something. I don't know what it is yet. I have no idea. This one is probably closer to the bottom of the list. It's like a 93 to 97 Firebird. It's a V6 with an auto. And it's rough. As you can see, even the brake light lenses are all smoked and everything on it. That's the reason I pointed that out, is because that's one of the few things on this car that has value. Oh, it's a clutch. Does that change anything? Camaro wheels. Both doors are off something else, and that quarter panel's smoked. Clear coat coming off. Now, this is the part you're gonna like. See how the door sits there now? Ah, it's like, see the big lizard in there? Anyway, it's a clutch that has some value, but practically none. And the car is crazy rough and rusty. There is a title, but you know, the motor's What the heck is going on with this door? It's rising as I push it toward the car. Okay. But, I don't know. It had a scoop on it? Well, of course it did. It is a V6. The 3.1 or the 3.8. All right, that's an option. Let's go check out some others. See, and you have to look closely when you're here because there's stuff just stuck in corners. Like, see that? Now that one's crazy, crazy rough and rusty. So we're going to continue our journey. But there are a couple that are back in here that I want you to give me some input. Tell me which one you would mess with. There's a bit of an unfinished street rod, which is a 4-door. There's a rag top. But there's so much stuff back here, you see? Now, that's an option. That's a Buick. And there is a small block Chevy in there. It's kind of, if you look closely at the car, everything indicates that they got an S10 chassis and popped it under there. Everything from the wheels to the drivetrain to the brake assembly, but it was never finished. Now, here's another choice. This one is probably a 400 Pontiac engine. Needs a top. It's been sitting inside here for a whole bunch of years, just like this one. But this one, not a whole lot of rust. This was featured in one of the other videos that I did a long time ago. Get some light in here so you can see what's up. Manual windows. It's got a tachometer. That's a vacuum gauge down on the console there. Automatic. It's a 3-speed automatic. The reason I say that specifically is because a lot of these cars had power glides in them, the 2-speed automatic, as you go back further. But that's an option. Another thing I like about this one is that grill. This is so cool. But at the same time, you know, I mean, if I start putting a lot of money into this thing, it's not like it's a GTO, it's not like it's a Chevelle or a Camaro, it's a Grand Prix. It's a rag top, but it needs a top, and arguably needs a lot of other stuff. There's the back end of the other one, the Buick. Seems to be decently solid, but it has its problem areas. Now, what would you do? Which car would you choose? Because I'm going to do one of them.
Rams upholstery.
And a kangaroo, stuffed kangaroo. That's good.
There's the spare. The original jack. Yep. Very cool.
Extra points just in case.
Look at this.
Yeah, that rail's pretty good.
There's no rust, man. This thing could be fixed nice. I can't believe there's no rust on this thing.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's just gummed up.
Yeah, it's gum. That's what she said.
Well, hell, since we have the key, why don't you just hop in and let's just drive it out here? Why would we try to... Why are we trying to drag it when we
This thing
just...
would be cool if it was fixed up, if it was running and fixed up in a big boat. You'd probably send it to a shop and have it painted and make it.
As we come back in here, you have to walk slowly. Because there have been known to be critters back here. Just hanging out, chilling. Now, if any of you say that I should redo this car, you will be banned immediately from my page. And I don't know, I think that's about all the ones that are possibilities. There's other stuff back in there, but it's not necessarily desirable. Bicycles in that one. A lot of the stuff that was in here is already gone because they've been kind of cleaning it out for about the last 2 years since the previous owner passed away. As you can see, a little parts truck sitting in there that's already donated a part or two. Anyway, what are you thinking? Do you think it should be a Ford pickup truck? Should be that old street rod? Should it be the Grand Prix convertible? One of them I'm gonna get running and drive the damn thing. And as you can see, some of the projects are more difficult than others. But I need your input. Some of you may remember that sitting right in this area right here was a 66 Dart that I got running and brought it out of here. But see how much more room there is? It's because this stuff is disappearing every single day. The building full of hubcaps. Soon to not be a building or hubcaps. It'll all be gone soon. Look at that. Man, there's stuff in here that's so freaking old. That is your assignment. Tell me which one I should do. I'm thinking not the Firebird, but I'm thinking either the truck or one of those two cars in the garage. Some of you may be asking, well, what do you want to do with these things? I'm not trying to necessarily build one to make money with it or anything like that. I'm wondering which one makes sense. What's the fun car to do? First time I met these guys, they were eating pizza in there. I know. How does a chicken order pizza? What should I get? There are other options, but they are not as easy as one would imagine. Some of you may have laid eyes on that thing. Only problem with that is, it's, I think I would have a difficult time finding parts for it. Also, the driver's side door is rusted like totally off of the truck. You can't even mount it on there anymore. But, I don't know. Keeping an open mind. Don't you even... I know, somebody's back there going, wow, that's a turbo car. Yes, it is. And there's more than one turbo car out here. There's another turbo car over here. Yeah, that's a turbo car. That's also arguably one of the crappiest vehicles ever designed, built, and sold by man. Lee Iacocca, you son of a... But it kept Chrysler solvent throughout a very lean time when things could have gone very badly. It's a turbo, people, which means it's not as slow as the regular K cars. That's a LeBaron turbo. It says sequential fuel injection, which matters. I mean, you want fuel injection going to the right place at the right time, so okay. Looks like we're done with our journey for today. I need your advice here, people. I need to know what I should get and not get. Because I'm going to build something. And it's going to be cool. And I'll probably have double its value invested by the time I'm done. It'll be awesome.